Hey everybody, Matt here from Pyramind. Welcome back to the breakdown. Doing my Chuck Barris finger pointing. If you don't know who Chuck Barris is, look him up and go see the movie Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Sam Rockwell and Julia Roberts and George Clooney in what I consider to be the weirdest and funniest spy movie that's also kind of true. Anyway, Chuck Barris. Got a good stuff thing going for you here today. Going to take a look at the breakdown. We're going to look at a song called Sleepless by Cazzette. I've had many people ask me about, in particular, the vocoder. I'm actually going to break this video up into two parts. We're going to first talk about the chords and the melody and this super cool handy tool that I used to build this one called Captain Chords from our friends at Mixed and Key. Very, very handy, and we'll dig into it a little bit. We'll use it to showcase how the song works. Okay, we're going to talk about the chords. We're going to talk about the melody. We're going to talk about something called pentatonic. We're going to revisit the concept of relative modality, relative major in the melody. And then in part two, we're going to talk about vocoding and chain splitting and how I attempted to match the sound of the song. I don't think I nailed it. It's a lot more going on than when I did, I think, but it was something interesting that I thought I'd show you. Maybe you know about it, maybe you don't. Maybe you use vocoders, maybe you don't. Who knows? This is what I'm sharing today. So, Sleepless by Cazzette. So one of the first things to take a look at with this song is that the chord progression and the melody progression is consistent all the way through the song. So we're really just going to look at the intro or the first verse because that kind of sets us up for the rest of the song. I have the song in the key of F sharp minor. Now we're going to have a little bit of a discussion about F sharp minor versus G flat minor, because F sharp is also G flat. And the question is which and why would you care? For those of you who use Ableton, you know that the clip view exclusively shows you sharps. That means 50% of the time it's wrong. Here today, I'm using Captain Chords. Captain Chords happen to have shown me the flat side of things. So I chose G flat, and same there, 50% of the time it's just not always correct. 9 times out of 10, nobody cares. But for the 1 time out of 10 that you do care, it's going to be a big problem. And let me quickly show you what I mean. So the key of F sharp minor is F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. 1, 2, 3 sharps. If I were to call this G flat, everything falls apart. One of the rules that people, I don't know, maybe you know it, maybe you don't, but one of the rules of scales and notation and scoring is no matter what key you choose, whether you want to call it G flat or whether you want to call it F sharp, one of the rules is when you build a scale, you have to use every letter name. So you have to use A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay? Every name gets represented, and every name gets represented once and only once. So you can't have like F, G, A, B. Right, and no like B, 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 none of that. Every letter once, only once. So, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. Everybody's represented. When I go to G flat, G flat, A flat, what the hell is this? It's A, but I already have an A flat. G flat, A flat, I can't say A again. So I gotta call it a B something. Now, B is actually over here, and this is B flat. So this is B flat, flat. It's B double flat. Ugh. So that's 1 strike against it. So G flat, A flat, B double flat, C flat, that's 2 strikes against it. Why can't I call it B? It's B. No, you can't call it B, you have to call it C flat, because you already used B double flat. C flat, D flat, E double flat. 3 strikes. You're out. Okay, so, sorry, wrong note. G flat, A flat, B double flat, C flat, D flat, E double flat, F flat, and then G flat. So that's 4 strikes against it. 4 notes that make no sense whatsoever. Nobody wants B double flat, nobody wants E double flat, nobody wants B as C flat, and nobody wants E as F flat. So, should be F sharp minor, not G flat minor. Now, for whatever reason, when I went to build this chord progression, I only found the flats. But guess what? They're not there at the moment. I think you can get there when you first launch Captain. I think it gives you the choice, and I think F sharp is an option there. But for whatever reason, I got here and I found G flat, so not optimum. But do I really care? 9 times out of 10, no, I don't. Only when you're trying to properly identify notes, talk to other people, figure out melodies, figure out notes, turn it into a score for someone to actually play something else. Like if I had a friend who played violin and I wanted them to come in and play on this and I printed them up a score, they'd look at this and say, what the hell did you do to me? Why did you choose G flat? What was wrong with F sharp? F sharp's so much cleaner. You screwed it all up, and then you're like, oh, I'm sorry. Just use G flat, it's the same as F sharp. No, you can't. Sorry, Milton. And if you don't know who Milton is, can't help you. Okay, so Captain Chords, G flat minor, fine, we'll let it go. This tool is amazing because it allows you to build chords with just a few mouse clicks, and it's intelligent. It's very intelligent. I'm not going to dig into entirely because that's way too much. Suffice to say that you can build different progressions for different sections of the song: verse, pre-chorus, chorus, the drop. I'm working in the verse exclusively. Captain Chords behaves live. So I have absolutely no clip here on this part of my Captain Chords track. There's no clip, there's no MIDI there whatsoever. All of the MIDI is behaving out of the plugin itself. And it works with the tempo. So at 124 BPM, which is where we're at right now, Captain Chords is just gonna bang along with no problem. Now, you simply click on the field. Let me rebuild this for you. I'll do it, say, here in the chorus, okay? So in the key, right now it's an A minor. I don't want A minor. I want G flat minor, and I still don't have sharps. The chord progression goes like this. It's a 3-7-1. It's a 4-3-7. It's a 1-7-6, and then it's a 6-7-1. There are 4 3-chord collections, and the chord collections are always short chord, triplet, short chord, triplet, and then a long chord. That's the way I'm doing it. Short, short, long, and then short, short, long. How do I do that here? Well, 3, 7, 1. I can just take this and bring it back to where I want it to be, and I think this one goes out to here. I actually need it to be here. I think there. Let me actually zoom in, because you can zoom in too and really get detailed. Okay, I want to be, thank you. Oh, this guy. And you can see where the line is, it's right there. Done. That's it. I clicked on the notes, I clicked on the chords, I slid them into position, and it's done. That's because up here in the inversions, it intelligently already knows what inversion goes well with this chord. It knows what version of the 3, it knows what version of the 1, it knows what version of the 7 to use based on the chords in front of it and behind it. It's pretty brilliant in that regard. So if I wanted, at this point, I'll come over here and then I'll type into 4. And it looks like it needs to go to 1, 2.5. So this will be 3, 2.5. The 4, and then the 3, which would bring me to here. And then this guy is going to be the 7. Okay, I'm actually going to have to extend that out from measure 4 to measure, whoops, not that one, let's undo. There, thank you. And now we can take this and go out to 5. And most people in Captain Chords kind of stop here, like, oh, no, that's the end, I only got 4 bars. But no, you actually have way more. So if you just zoom out, you can take this all the way out to 5 and then keep going, which is exactly what I did. When you're all done, it ends up looking like this. So if I want, I can play the verse and then come over to the chorus, see how it picks it up. So you can audition different octaves, you can audition different inversions between the two sections, and just let it play and go back and forth and just figure out which progression you like best, which set of inversions you like best. I'm going to stick with the verse because that's where I built it the way I wanted it. And there you go. You got a bunch of cool sounds you can choose. The synth's actually built right into Captain Chords, so I'm not using Serum, I'm not using Native, I'm not using anything. I'm using Captain Chords. It's got a bunch of great synths, it's got some effects, it's got a bunch of different rhythm stuff we'll dig into at another time. Anyway, the point is the chord progression is short, short, long in triplets. Short, short, long. That pattern remains first, second, third, fourth round. It's always 3 chords. That remains first, second, third round. And then the direction is what changes. We start up, down, up. Right from here you go up, starts at the flat 3, down to the flat 7, up to the 1, up bigger to the 4, down, down, and then up, down, down, and then from down it's up, up. So the progression kind of wiggles its way back up and down through 1, like a nice little roller coaster, which is always fun. And again, you can't really see it here in Captain Chords because I'm using the minimize leap inversions, which keeps the voice leading nice and tight. But if I did this all on default, you'd see the voice would go up and down. And that's the chord progression. The melody, a little bit different. So again, F sharp minor. The melody is kind of F sharp minor, kind of not. Really not. What's really happening is that instead of being an F sharp minor, Cazzette is doing what a lot of other people have done, which you've seen me talk about before, relative modality. The melody is in the relative major, so instead of it being based on F sharp, it's based on A major, or A. Let me pull up my piano here. Let's get rid of you. So again, F sharp minor, instead of this being the root, this is the root, and you have A major. Sorry, A major. The exact same notes as F sharp minor, but this is A major, because A is the more important note. It starts and ends the scale, and we keep coming back to A. There's A. A major, 1, 2, 3. Everyone loves the 1, 2, 3. The little 4. Oops. Right? It just cycles through A minor. While the chords are moving around, the vocals kind of doing the same. The vocals are also moving around, but they're in A major. So F sharp minor in the chords, A major in the melody, and they're both kind of moving in tandem apart from each other. Brilliant. It's also mostly pentatonic, which means 5 notes. It's actually A, B, C sharp, E, and F sharp. Okay? Only occasionally will you hear D, the 4, or G sharp, the 2. Okay? And you're going to get that in the second half when he comes up to the high melody. 'Cause I'm here. Right about here. There it is. And notice he's ending on B, which is a 4th. It's unresolved. Those are all just 4ths. It's unresolved, okay? It's unresolved, and when it's unresolved, you're dying for resolution. What do? You keep listening. Brilliant. Ends the melody on a note that makes you go, wait, wait, wait. Ah, there's the next one. Yes, okay, finally. Let's keep listening. Those are the chords. Those are that's the melody. F sharp minor, A major, relative modality. By all means, go get immediately Captain Chords. It's really easy to use, and it's really brilliant, and it's going to save tons of time in helping you build progressions if you're not sure how to work it. You literally can just, you can type in A, S, D, F, G, H, J, and it will audition the chords before you even have to make a choice. It's less than $100. It's worth it. Captain Chords, go get it. Coming up in part 2 of this video, we're going to talk about vocoding and how that works and showcase the difference between Logic's vocoder and Ableton's vocoder, because I tried doing this in Logic and I got really frustrated really quickly. It is what it is. So stay tuned for part 2. That's coming up next.
If you're a music producer, subscribe to our channel and stay up to date on the latest Pyramind tutorial videos, track breakdowns, elite sessions, and more. Visit us at pyramind.com.